fun over the time. Spent a lot of time outside, gardening, was able to swim a few times. Very nice. Very relaxed. And the home stretch for the end of the year. I hope everybody's gotten all their cap and gown and stuff like that. You're all ready for graduation. I hope they share the Zoom link for that one because yeah, wasn't able to see the Shine Awards either time that I've been here for. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, my volume can't go up any higher, so I'll put closed captioning on in case there's a problem. Yes, I want English. I almost picked Eastonian. Okay. All right, live transcript is on. Okay. So nice to see you guys. Feels like it's been a long time. I know it's only a week, but it feels longer than a week. But hey, we've got a little bit left to go, and it's actually a good thing that we started with Macbeth when we did, because we pretty much just have time to do Acts 2 through 5, even though it's the shortest play he's done. Um, we're probably going to be getting this in just narrowly. So yeah, it's probably a good thing that we started when we did. Um, I thought we were gonna have a little bit more time together, so I had thought up some I found some poems and stuff like that in your textbook I was gonna go over, but you know what? As long as we get Macbeth done, it's all good. Okay, so I have an activity. We are reviewing Macbeth Act 2 because I have a quiz for you guys later on in the week. So we'll be doing the quiz on Thursday. So we're going to review for the quiz. Um, we'll probably get through this one today. If not, then we'll finish up this Nearpod on Wednesday, and then you'll have the quiz on Wednesday, as long as they haven't messed with the schedule. Okay, so I'll give you guys some time to get in there. All right, so this is what we're going to be working. Okay, so I have several different activities on what we can do so that we can try and remember what we did last time. So I didn't put anything on Act One. One of the reasons why I had to do all those study questions was because sometimes there's things in Act One that kind of go on through the rest of the play. So those are important that you keep them handy in order for you to be able to have everything in context the way that you need to. Okay, so we are going to get started with Macbeth Act 2 review. Okay, this one. So we're going to put the characters in the category in which they belong. So we've got the king's immediate family. So this is immediate family is, for married family, husband, wife, children. For a child, it would be mom, dad, siblings. So you're not going to put cousins, uncles, those kinds of things in this category. Helps if I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So in the immediate family, so that's what I was talking about, the very close relatives. We're not going to be looking at aunts, uncles, cousins, that kind of a thing. It's just husband, wife, children, if they're a married person in a family setting. If it's a child in a family setting, you're looking at things like mom, dad, siblings. Okay, noblemen of Scotland. Okay, so these are the people that are doing most of the stuff in the play because they're going over things like war and changing of the hands of the throne and that sort of a thing. So these are the people that are in charge. They are going through and doing the stuff that they need to basically run the country. And then science fiction, that's anything that's not in the real world. Some people are going to be a little surprised when I go over the answers. Okay, everybody's a little rusty on this one, it looks like. So, Banquo, he's the guy that was with Macbeth when they were coming out of battle and they came upon the three witches. And this is the one where there's like, Hail Macbeth, you are the king or the thane of Glavis. You are the thane of Caldor, and you are the king. And Macbeth was like, what? And so then Banquo, he's the one with him, and they're like, oh yes, Banquo, you're not actually going to sit on the throne, but people after you will sit on the throne. So he would have to be in the nobleman section. Okay. Macbeth, he is here because he doesn't become king and he's technically not supposed to be king. So he's on the throne. They call him king, but he's really more of a regent at this point. Duncan, the last king, and his son, first Malcolm, oldest born, who is crown prince, and Donalbain, his second son. These guys are the ones that ran when he was murdered. Macduff, Lennox, Ross. Okay, doesn't want to click. Ross is supposed to go over there too, but Ross is moving. Okay, apparently nobody else is moving over. No, it got hung up. Don't stay there. That's just weird. Nope, I got that one like 5 times now. There we go. I wonder how many times Ross is going to show up because I clicked that thing a whole bunch of times. There we go. Ross, Mintith, and Angus. Okay. They have a lot to do, so I don't really feel bad that there's a lot of them. And then the only ones in the science fiction category is the witches, because they are the ones that can see the future. So that's not exactly a talent of people that aren't science fiction. All right, so we're going to move on to the next activity. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to share my screen because it'll keep your scores preserved. This one is where you do the fill in the blank. It shows up right on your end, but on mine it looks weird. Wish they had the version that you guys see on there. Oh, good, it did open up. Never know with this thing. So I will give you a couple minutes to work on that. When I see the scores come in, then I will go over the answers to that one. It's basically a summary of Act 2. Got a few in so far. Maybe a couple more minutes on that one. Okay, I got a few more coming in. All right, this one's proven to be a little bit difficult. All right, so I'm going to put a pin in this. If you're still working on it, go ahead. Those of you that finished, I am going to put it on student paste for this one and the next one. So I'll introduce what we're doing next. And I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you are matching what happened in Act 1, 2, 3, and 4. You are going to match up what happened in each scene. So if you are done with the fill in the blank, you can start with the matching. Some people are stumped on the finding what word goes where. Okay. I think people are still working on it. This is where we practice with it. So it's not an exam. This is where we go to explore, to look for things for the best answer. So if you have to pull up the play or your notes or something like that, it's okay to do on these Nearpods. couple more minutes. Looks like people are wrapping up with these two. I'll give you a couple more minutes on them, and then we're going to move on to the next one. We've got two more activities. So we're going to have to go over the correct answers for those later because some people are still working on those. All right, so I'm turning it off student paste, and we're going to go to the next one. Okay, so um, I don't have it displayed because it just shows a list of names and what your scores would be if you finish this. So I've put it on the next activity. This is slide 6, and this is a quiz. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that one, but I'm not going to display because I don't want to show people's grades and how they're doing on this one. This is one that seemed to be working today. Hmm. All right. I never had usually the quizzes are pretty good, but seems like it's having an issue today. We'll move on to, ah, I had to switch on to the next one. That's why I was like, what's going on here? Okay, so now that I have it on the right slide, you should be able to take the quiz. All right, it's 10 questions. And this is only quiz, like it's quiz activity. This is not a quiz. It still counts as a Nearpod, not an actual quiz. Okay, and for those of you that are done, a couple people that finished up really fast. So I have just added the next thing that we're going to be working on, and you'll definitely have time to work on this later on in the week. This Macbeth Act 2 analysis. So I just put it in Cami. So took me back to modules. Back to the home. Here it is, right there. So that is Macbeth Act 2 analysis. And we also have Macbeth Act 2 available on the assignments from Savas so that you can have access to the entire act. Ten minutes left. We only have about 6 more weeks to go, like a month and a half, because everything has to be in earlier for you guys for grading because they need to have your grades calculated before all the other grades. So I'm just gonna be like, I forget what week it is. They'll probably go over it tomorrow in the faculty meeting. They're gonna, I think it's like May 16th or 15th or something like that, where we have to have everything in and graded by in order to have everybody be all set for uh, where they are for graduation and stuff. And you've got prom coming up. That's exciting. I'm hoping they share the Zoom link for that one. I've not been able to do the Shine Awards thus far. I'd like to see prom stuff like that. So that's coming up on the 19th. Double check. It's on the front page of your course. Ah, yearbooks are for sale. I still have my high school yearbooks. Actually, I have my high school, middle school, and elementary school yearbooks. Uh, got them all out of a box not too long ago. It's fun to look back, after you've been out of school for a little bit, and somebody asks you a question. One time, it really came in handy. My yearbook. I had a job, and somebody came up, and I recognized the person I was talking to. She's like, "Oh yeah, I met so and so." I could not picture this guy at all. So pulled out the yearbook and flipped through the pages and went, "Oh, that guy." So I highly recommend you get your yearbook. That's middle school for you. Okay, yes, the prom is on the 19th at the Columbus Public Library. So, oh, you guys use My Payments Plus too. That's what I put money on for my son for his lunch account and all the other stuff that he wants to do with school. Interesting, interesting thing. And okay, oh, in GMAS, you guys don't have to worry about that anymore. So 12th graders, you are done as long as everybody's passed. So that's pretty cool. I want to say you have to do it for 10th grade. Once you pass them. If it's the same for you guys as it is in Florida, it's 10th grade. Let's see. Oh, 8th grade? Nope, 11th. So you guys take it in 11th grade to pass English. Okay. So you do math for 9th, biology for 10th, and American Lit and US history for 11th. Okay. I guess that's why they do British Lit after 11th grade because it doesn't count towards your test. get out all the stuff that I have loaded here. I'll probably be able to go over all of the stuff that we did today when we meet together on Wednesday because we did get to finish the Nearpod, so that's cool. So I want to go over um, the fill in the blank, the matching, and all the quiz questions. Gonna just kind of be review because a lot of you got them right. So not too many people got them wrong. So glad to see that. Yay for that one. So given what I'm seeing, then you're going to do really good on the quiz that we're going to do in Act 2. So don't expect that till Thursday, though. So we're going to have uh, what we did today, the answers to that stuff. And then we're going to have another activity. We've got the worksheet already. And then you'll have time to ask me any questions before you are quizzed on it. So please let me know. Um, it's not the easiest read. So if you have a question, it is probably not one that people have not asked before. Because people back then only watched this and went, huh? We have, hundreds of years of evolved language from what he did. So we call things differently than they do. Um, some of these names are a little bit off because, I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody named McDuff. Also, I do have to point out these are probably their last names because things are a little bit different. They're, title, Lord of blah, blah, blah. It kind of messes up the whole like first name, middle name, last name that we like today. So, uh, so yeah, we have a lot that we need to look at. And this is a good one to explore human nature. We see uh, envy, jealousy, ambition, and it's also a good note that not all ambition is good ambition. I don't know about you, but growing up, everyone's like, "God, be ambitious, do this, do that." If they knew what these people wanted and how they were going to get it, I don't think anybody would have gone to them and say, be more ambitious. Because my goodness, they're already quite ambitious. And secondly, um, they don't have a great plan. So uh, that's not great. But yes, so we will look into this. Um, uh, when we get into Act 3, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. There's another sad moment in the beginning of Act 3. And so I already have the near pod for that, but we're not going to get to that till next week. All right. Ooh, we are at the end. So nice seeing everybody. Forward to seeing you on Wednesday.